Okay, so me knowing that the new Barbie movie's coming out, I'm gonna be brutally honest, I hate Barbies. And I'm not saying that because I'm a guy. Let me tell you this much, every time I see a Barbie or even saw the new Barbie trailer that came out, it reminded me of a story from back when I was in high school about the girl that was literally a Barbie in my school in real life. Yes, a Barbie in real life. Now, I know many people try to become Barbie, and I know a lot of girls want to be Barbie, but I'm telling you this much, I don't see what's so great about her. And well, here's basically the story about how I pulled a Barbie in my high school. And yes, I ended up doing the Devil's Tango. I'm gonna say this much, it wasn't worth it. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So today's story takes place back when I was actually funny enough in high school. It was my grade 10 year, and I remember basically I was one of those guys that really did not care about anything other than just smashing women. Literally 80% of my life goals were just to do the Devil's Tango and grow the highest body count. Literally, I was like the Punisher in high school, except I wouldn't kill, I would smash. That sounds really illegal. Actually, YouTube, don't demonetize this video, but going on. I remember one time when I was walking throughout my high school, there was a girl in our school that not many people liked. She had a major ego, and I will say this much, she would only talk about herself, and that's really it. It's like the world revolved around her and no one else. Now, I think most of us know a person that's like this, and we usually try to avoid them. But I remember one time when I was driving my car, I ended up basically driving into school one early morning, and I saw that there was a brand new pink Jeep in the parking lot. Now, when I first saw the pink Jeep, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was pretty cool. So I remember I decided to park my car right beside it. And when I parked my sports car that I had, that was a blue car, right beside the Jeep, I ended up coming out of it, and I saw this girl that no one liked coming out of the pink Jeep. Now, this girl, she ended up looking at me, walking up to me saying, "Oh my goodness, like, Bubba, you drive? That is so cool. Like, oh my goodness, have you seen my new car? I just got it. It's a pink Jeep." I looked at her, and I'm gonna be honest, I really just got disgusted. From when I saw the car, I thought it was fantastic until someone came out of it, and that was her. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, at first, I will say this much. This girl was attractive. She had blonde hair, blue eyes, and she had that really good typical smile and pearly white teeth. Like, this girl was the base of attraction that you would mostly want to see in TV shows. But for some reason, this girl would only talk about herself. And that's when I knew that I was not interested in her. And I remember I ended up telling her that same time when she was telling me about her Jeep, "Oh, like, that's cool. I really don't mind. I gotta get to class." And I ended up going to my other side of my car door, opening it and grabbing my backpack and leaving. When I left, I remember she kept following up behind me and basically was trying to get me to pay attention to her. But obviously, as most people know, when women are basically attracted to themselves or even have low self-esteem, only want attention from other people. It's kind of depressing and sad, but at the same time, I mean, whatever floats their boat. Like, for example, when I'm depressed and sad, I like smashing women and making money. Or as usual, as the famous quote says, "Fuck bitches, make money." That's the only time I'm actually gonna swear on this channel, so sorry for any parents that heard that. Going on though, I remember back when I was like walking around the school and this girl was trying to get me to pay attention to her. I remember I turned around and I said, "I don't know what you want from me, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not in the mood to talk, all right? I gotta go." And I ended up walking away. When I said this, I remember her face turned actually really sad. And this was actually one of the first times I ever seen her, well, not smile as if she was like a petty rich kid. Well, actually, she was a petty rich kid, but you get what I mean. When I walked away from her, I did feel kind of guilty, but at the same time, like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I remember I want to say like 3 days go by, and I didn't pay any attention to this girl. But one thing I started realizing was little signals that she was giving me. Like, for example, every time I would park my sports car somewhere, she would come in with her Jeep and park right beside my car and always try to start a conversation with me. Or like one time, for example, I remember I was sitting in the cafeteria eating my peanut butter sandwich that my mom made me, and she ended up walking up to me basically saying, "Hey, Bubba, I was wondering, do you want to go for like a drive with me? Or like, I don't know, just like hang out or something? We can go for like a coffee. I know a really new cafe that's out here." And I looked at her and I literally just, you know, shook my head back and forth. I remember when that actually happened that day, one of my buddies that was on the rugby team that I played with ended up walking up to me saying, "Yo, bro, like, why are you like saying no to her? Like, you know, she's like one of the hottest girls in school, right? And she's like also rich." I remember I looked at him and said, "Bro, to be honest, I just don't like how she talks about herself all the time. Like, it's kind of just cringing me out. No matter how hot she is, dude, like, I don't know. Unless there's like duct tape involved, I don't think I can get with her." Now, I know what you guys are thinking. If this girl was mad beautiful, and on top of that, she was, well, rich and really attractive, why didn't I just do the Devil's Tango? And to be honest, I have no idea. I remember that same night, I ended up laying on my bed and just, you know, going through Instagram, and I saw I got a follow from a girl that was, well, the Barbie. And I remember every time I would look through her photos, every photo she had of herself was literally like a a photo that you would see in the Barbie movie that's coming out nowadays. It was the most cringiest thing ever, and honestly, I was just really not interested. But also in my mind, I was thinking, hey, why don't I just do the Devil's Tango with her? Like, why not? Like, she's just, you know, a girl. I'm probably never gonna see her again, and you know what? It might just be worth it. So I remember that same day, I ended up basically following her back on Instagram. And by the way, all of you guys should follow me on Instagram. I'm not joking. I'm considered the hottest man alive. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you might be missing out. Who knows? Sorry, going on. I remember basically from there, I ended up following her back, and instantly, right as I followed her back that night, she ended up DMing me, sliding into my DMs. Oh, hey, Baba, like, I wasn't sure if like you were mad at me or anything, but like, I was just wondering, like, what are you doing tomorrow after school? And at that moment, I said, why not? Honestly, I was like, screw it. It is what it is. I remember the next day when I was at school, I was walking around with my friends, and I remember a girl ended up walking up to me randomly. She walked up to me and she ended up saying, hey, Baba, I was just wondering, are you hanging out with that girl after school? Who? And then she ended up saying the girl's name, and I remember I said, why are you asking me about this? And she ended up saying, well, you do realize she's like a total pick-me girl. And honestly, like, I can't believe you stooped that low to hang out with someone. And she ended up walking away. When she said that to me, I remember all the guys behind me went, ooh, and basically started making fun of me. Basically saying, ooh, Bubba's gonna hang out with Barbie. And basically that's where the joke of basically this girl being a Barbie came from. And honestly, it kind of made sense because the pink Jeep kind of sold it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anyways, going on from there, I remember after school came, and basically she ended up pulling up to the front of the school with her pink Jeep, and she told me to leave my car at the school, and we ended up going for a drive. We ended up driving around, and we ended up picking up some coffee, and me and her, we ended up basically parking somewhere that had a really nice sunset view. I remember I was watching the sunset with this girl, and I'm not gonna lie, she was gorgeous. Half of the time, every time she spoke, actually funny enough, all I heard was just white noise. Like, it got to the point where she would talk so much about herself that I just couldn't even understand if she was saying words at that moment. Knowing that, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to just say, hey, you got a lot of room in the back seats of your Jeep here. Do you want to go back there? And me and her, we ended up going to the back of the Jeep, and yes, I did the Devil's Tango in the back of a Jeep with a Barbie. Kind of insane, but hey, what can I say? It was kind of worth it because every time she spoke, well, it was like I was not hearing anything. Like I said, her voice became white noise to me. I think that was the only way I could actually handle the whole situation. But anyways, guys, that is basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And like I always say, just follow for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.